The long wait is finally over, and today we have the brand new M1 24-inch iMac. In this video, we'll go through the unboxing experience, setup, and basic overview of the brand new iMac. The box itself is very well designed, and it features all sides of the iMac. The top of the box greets us with a blue iMac logo and matching fabric handle. The attention to detail on this box alone lives up to Apple standards. Opening the box, we have an over-engineered marvel. Just pull the sides out and it releases the iMac. Picking up the iMac, I can feel how lightweight it is as I effortlessly pull it out. Under the iMac, we discover a surprisingly supplied set of accessories, also in blue color. There is the new Magic Keyboard with Touch ID, and a braided blue USB-C to Lightning cable, the power supply with integrated Ethernet, and its blue MagSafe cable. A Magic Mouse also with blue accents, and the documentation. There are two stickers that come with the iMac, one in that pastel blue on the front, and a deep metallic blue for the back. Peeling off the wrapper, we are greeted with a screen protective sticker with the word "Hello," also color matched in blue. Protective sticker film encases the iMac, and it's so satisfying to peel them off. I can't believe how thin it is. It's as thin as the iPhone 12 I showed in my previous video. A deep, rich metallic blue dominates the back and sides of the iMac. A more pastel tone is used for the color of the front and chin under the screen. I don't mind the chin so much, but definitely would like to see a version without one, hopefully in the 30-inch model later this year. The chin is where Apple has put its new motherboard equipped with an M1 chip. The front of the system is similar to that of the past iMacs, except now we have a white bezel. It doesn't bother me one bit, and I'm a graphic artist. Over a decade ago, the iMac used to be white, alongside the MacBook, which was commonly used back when I was in college. It also frames the iMac against my wall, which, oddly enough, is almost the same shade of pastel blue as the front. Although, the bottom panel on this model doesn't have an Apple logo anymore. The stand of the iMac is a lighter metallic shade. This lighter tone also serves as an accent color on the sides of the mouse as well as for the keyboard. There's a 3.5mm headphone jack on the left. The iMac is so thin, the headphone jack would not fit if the port was on the back. Since its very first redesign, we still have the stand hole designed for cables to be run through. Not really MagSafe, the magnetic charging connector, but I'm gonna call it MagSafe, really took me by surprise in its design. It's less about the quick release that you would find on the old MacBooks, and more about the ease and simply snapping the cable in place. I suspect that people are less likely to trip over a desktop cable, but it is a nice touch. The cabling is braided and has a nice blue tint. The big update to the power cable is, of course, the addition of the Ethernet to the power supply. The power supply is a bit larger, especially if you're accustomed to dealing with MacBooks, but likely it will be out of the way. What it does bring is the removal of some additional clutter on the back of the system and helps keep the computer itself that much thinner. For most people, in most cases, that can access a hardwired connection, it's a nice addition. The port situation, on the other hand, is decidedly less so. I like ports. I have lots of stuff that I need plugging into the back of the computer, and I don't really want to deal with dongles, adapters, and hubs. The entry-level system has 2 Thunderbolt/USB ports. You can upgrade that to 4. Do this, seriously, you're not gonna regret it. I also have some AV accessories and hard drives, so I'm going to need to buy a USB dock. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know in the comments below. I'm looking at the CalDigit TS3, as that seems to be the most popular. The $12.99 version of the iMac ships with Magic Keyboard. It's pretty much the same as other Magic Keyboards, as it doesn't come with Touch ID. With the $14.99 model, however, you get upgraded to a version with Touch ID, something that's been a long time coming on the desktop system. You also get extra ports and the power supply with the Ethernet port. So let's set everything up and start the show. I love how everything is in this blue color. Even the lightning cable is braided in this blue color. I hope Apple sells these accessories in the next couple weeks. Carrying on the iMac, we are greeted with the friendly hello. It takes us back to the good old days when Apple showed us the Macintosh back in 1984 and the first iMac in 1998, but this time it cycles through different languages. Setup is easy and straightforward, and now has Touch ID registration. I'll just speed through all of that and get right into the desktop. On the whole, the gains are in line with the other new M1 systems we've seen, which is to say, a nice, healthy leap forward into the future of the Mac. Opening apps and multitasking are incredibly snappy. Compared to earlier models, the new iMac represents a significant upgrade. A new microphone system and 1080p HD camera on a Mac would have made the most sense last year, as the pandemic began to alter the way we work and meet. Apple did tout an improved camera system on last year's M1 MacBooks, but that was more to do with the image signal processing on the M1 chips. That goes a long ways toward improving things like white balance, but a truly meaningful improvement to imaging generally also requires a new camera hardware. The change that comes from upgrading the 720p to the 1080p is just immediately apparent in terms of image quality. Having teleconferencing in the world now is a given. I anticipate that Apple will upgrade its entire lineup. Along with the camera, the mic system got a nice upgrade. The 3-microphone array is crisper and much cleaner, eliminating much of the background noise. This is a test of the new 1080p camera and the microphone. Let me know how it looks in the comments below. The 6-speaker audio system is an improvement as well. This is a little test of the new speakers with the force-canceling woofers. Definitely a big improvement over the last generation. On the whole, for most people today, I think the audio and video upgrades are plenty. If you use your system for the occasional Zoom calls and some music listening, you should be fine. The new iMac represents a nice leap forward for the desktop all-in-one in some key fundamental ways, breathing new life into one of the company's most popular systems that have long needed a makeover. I missed some ports and now feel like I have to spend a little more to get a dock. I would also love to see a 30-inch version of the system on the market. Hopefully we hear some great news at WWDC this year. The system is less targeted at creative pros than other models have been in the past. Through the M1 and its onboard machine learning are still capable of impressive audio, video, and image editing. Color-coordinated design and some long overdue upgrades to teleconferencing elements aside, the 4.5K resolution screen is super crisp and very bright for a monitor this size. You have to pay a significant sum to get a display as good as this one on its own. It is also big enough to have 2 full-size documents or websites on display at any one time, making it easier to get work done. But the iMac still does not have any height adjustment, just tilt, meaning you still need a book or a stand if you want to raise it up. Also, the speakers are pretty loud, providing a surprising amount of stereo separation and more bass than you'd expect, but are still bested by dedicated desktop speakers. Stay tuned for a full in-depth review, and if you'd like to know something in particular, leave a comment down below and I'll do my best to include it. Apple Silicon is rightfully taking stage here as it did with the MacBooks and MacBook Mini before. With all that said, if you liked the video, subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay updated on all our latest content. Are any of you picking up one of these new iMacs or holding off for the larger version? Let me know in the comments below and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.